Hey, so this is a bit of a different video compared to normal stuff that's uploaded to this channel specifically, but I've been playing on this one Xbox 360 Minecraft world for a little under 2 years now, and I just thought I would show it off because there's a lot on here. And I want to show it off because I've been showing, people that I know, and I think I posted it to the old Minecraft. It's the Golden Age Minecraft Reddit. I never use Reddit, but I posted a few images and they said give a world tour. It's a while ago now, and I never really got around to it, but I thought I'd just show it off because I've got a lot on here, and I'm decently proud of basically all of this. Really, I'll get. Oh, there's a little glitch right there. 1 second, I'll cut away. Alright, sorry about that. There's a little bug with the old version of Minecraft where when you load up the game for the first time, after booting up the game, the logo stays in when you load into the server. So I'm going to quickly just walk to spawn because I'm not too far from here, and then I'll start showing off the stuff here. But near the end of the video, I'll start giving away my reasons for playing on this version and why I enjoy it more than the modern versions and whatnot. I'll tell you more about the world seed itself and some stuff because it's really cool with some of the stuff that I've got on here and why I actually started the world and whatnot. So I'm going to start off by showing you one of my first big things that I made on this world, and it's this Evangelion Ava Unit 1 head right here. This one is I based off a tutorial I found for a modern version of the game, and I put it up onto this older version, and it turned out still pretty good. I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite builds in the spawn area specifically. If I can get a better look at it, I'll show it off a bit more. But I've got a lot of stuff in the spawn area. I think I flooded it with a lot of random stuff. You can see some of that now. I'll show you more about that in a second. But I really like that. Took a lot of time building that. I'll show you in a minute. But a lot of these stuff I found on these YouTube tutorials, like this Magikarp here or that Celebi over there. There's these tutorials that show you how to make Pokemon, but like 3D models, sort of like that, in large scale. I've got a few massive ones at the other end of the map that I'll show you soon. But here's another thing that I got off YouTube was the this is the SpongeBob houses. They're all decorated on the inside. I'll actually show you that now. The Patrick one. So I'm playing on Total Update 4. So this update added sticky pistons, and the next update adds the Ender Dragon. But this update specifically, I went from TU2 to TU4 because of this, because I literally just wanted a sticky piston for that build specifically, and all the insides are decorated, fully furnished as they are in the show. I would imagine. I don't remember. I haven't watched that shit since I was like 7, so so I wouldn't know. But I did base them off of a tutorial for these buildings. I think I'll link what I can find, what I remember, because these were built a long time ago. So anything that I can find and remember the tutorials of, I think I'll put them in a playlist and I'll link it below, because there's a lot of really cool guides and tutorials that I base some of these builds off. So yeah, the inside of these buildings are quite, you'd imagine what they are already, because if you've ever watched SpongeBob as a child, I guess. But yeah, I mean, you can get on the roof of this building, get a decent view of some stuff. I'll show you that in a second. Actually, I'll point something out. There's this little white house over there. Now, that's a YouTube tutorial from like 2012. I remember watching it as a kid, and it's always stuck with me. I don't know why. It's like this one really weird. it's running really. I don't even know what. It's just this guy. He makes his house, and he's got like a really shitty mic. It's like a really nostalgic video to me. I don't know why I build it all the time, but I found it a while ago, and I thought, oh, that's cool. But yeah, SpongeBob's house. I actually did something kind of stupid. I built the inside back to front, so it starts out you're walking through the kitchen, even though you're meant to walk in through the living room. But everything else in the house is perfectly fine. Like the upstairs, you can see I've got, his bedroom, and there's this bigger library from that one fucking meme. So, where's his bathroom? Yeah, I haven't built in these buildings for a long time. I built this about a year ago now. Most of the stuff in the spawn is quite old. So stuff like that is quite old. Some of these pixel artists as well. I built this big deli bird. I don't even like deli bird, but I thought it's pretty neat. And based off a tutorial, I just googled deli bird pixel art or some bullshit, you know, and then you just base it off the blocks. So they're quite easy to do with that. I mean, most people know that already. The pixel arts in this game is quite simple with that stuff. You just base it off the pixels itself. But yeah, there's a Psyduck over there, and there's Gary, and I'll show you one of my first houses, but I'm not going to show you that big structure over there just yet. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, I wanted to build some sort of place to store my stuff, and it was this. I actually was playing split screen with my friends, and I thought I'd build that to have a little house for them, but no one wanted to play, so yeah. The one thing with this world is a lot of wool, and you can't breed sheep, so I have a duplication exploit that I used for sheep and TNT for just those builds specifically, because I like building out of wool, and I was clearing out a whole fucking mountain, and it was taking a very, very long time, so I duplicated TNT for that specifically, but everything else is basically gathered by hand, as you can see in just some of these chests. I actually tried getting the music discs from a creeper trap, and I kept on just getting cat, so I was pretty annoyed at that, so I stopped. But yeah, I mean, these are pretty empty. I don't even know what's meant to be in that. Jewels, redstone there, glowstone, never. I mean, these are just basic stuff. I don't know why I'm showing this right now, but yeah, I mean, all my duplicated wool is just down here. There's a very easy exploit in this version where you just use a second controller and you break a furnace. It's kind of weird, but this room here, I actually never finished this. I don't know what I was meant to do with this here, but I've got a light switch system, which I think was pretty neat. And I have an issue with the bookshelves. If you see this over here, is they're meant to be a rectangle shape. There's meant to be a block here, but they kept them burning. So I just kind of left it. I mostly just use this room for the furnaces. I smelt stone and whatnot. But I'll show you. I've got a little village area that I'll show you, and then I will show you this area here. It's just this flat land that I did. Let me get a mine. I've already got a minecart. I've got a village, so I built this village because I wanted to build something, I guess, and I was just kind of going off, you know, my head, and it didn't turn out too great. So I did make an updated version on the other end of the map, and while we were traveling here, I'll just show you what the map looks like as of right now. So there's a big grey square at the top of the map, and I'll show you that soon because that's pretty neat. But yeah, alright, anyway, this is my first attempt at building a village, which I thought it turned out not the best. It turned out fine. These buildings are all decorated on the inside, and I like them a decent bit. The paths are mostly based off of a mixture of the tutorial world village and the just regular Minecraft villages that are in the game already. So I've got a blacksmith and a church just based off a regular village over here that I built, and I've got the, if you remember the tutorial world when they make you build a house, I built one of those things. I've just bought them. I have a castle here. There's nothing on the inside. It's literally just this, and I don't like it. I did duplicate that right there. That's lapis, just so I could do the build there. There's no use with lapis in this version. It's just that. But yeah, I mean, this is again, I showed this to friends of mine and people I know, and the first thing they say is, "Did you use creative mode?" And I was like, "No, I didn't use creative mode. I duped a lot of the items to build these big structures that I made of wool or lapis or whatnot, but everything else is perfectly fine." The update that added creative mode is the one just after this, and again, I wouldn't have been able to have done that. But I'll show you this other thing I've got, which is I completely mined out the desert that I had on this world because I wanted sand. So there's just a big crater in the ground, which is you can actually see it on the map. It's just above me right now, that big grey patch right there. yeah. So I'll show you that. There's a few structures over there, and then I'll come back here and I'll show you all those player statues. So I'm gonna just quickly cut to when I get to the end of this minecart. Alright, I have made it. So here I was actually planning on building a very, very big project that I never got around to building. And the main reason I didn't do it was because the area over there, it just looked too nice. So I didn't want to get rid of it. But I was going to build the city from Evangelion. I was going to build Tokyo 3. I didn't realize that the project was way too big for this version of the game. And so I scrapped the idea entirely. But this used to be a desert, the one and only desert I have on this world. All the sandstone's gone, all the dirt, all the sand's gone. I'm actually having an issue on the world where I'm running out of sand, and there's a lot of sand that's over on the right side of the map, but that's just, it looks really nice anyway. It goes with the aesthetic of the area. But this obsidian building here was because I was going to just blow the fuck out of the ground and have a massive hole that went all the way down to bedrock, and then build the geofront and the big pyramid and all that stuff from Evangelion, and it was going to be a whole thing, but I realized that the world was too small, like height wise, for that sort of thing. So over here, I'm not going to go over there because it's not too interesting, but when I was playing with friends, because this version of the game you have to play offline, so you can't play it online, so I'd have friends over and we'd fuck around for a bit on these versions, but I had a lot of lapis left over from that castle, so I just built some bullshit over there. There's a nice little fishing house, and there's a mudkip that I built. Yeah, but I didn't want to care. If I was gonna build that Tokyo 3 thing, I was gonna have to blow up this whole mountain area, and I didn't want to do that because I thought it looked too nice. So I scrapped the idea because of that mainly, and also just the not being able to build it in this version due to the height reasons. But I'm going to quickly go back to the spawn area, and I'll show you the last thing that's over there, and then I will continue on with the rest of the structures I have around the world. So I'm going to cut back in just a second. Okay, so I'm back in my original house, and so just up here I'm going to take a little trip and show you this big structure I built. It's one of my first big pixel art pieces, and once I get up there you'll see what it actually is. I'm just going to look at the ground for now, but you get a better view when you go onto this thing, and this takes you to, if I follow the whole cart, I'll take it later on, it takes you to the complete other side of the world, and from there you can see my main structure. But just while I'm up here, you can see a few things. You can see the whole spawn region from above, and I think it looks pretty nice, especially at night time when it's all lit up. And that big glass thing is, I dug out a big chunk. I was watching a documentary on fucking Ted Kaczynski, and I was bored out of my mind, so I dug out this big fucking chunk, and it's just right there. So that goes all the way down to bedrock, goes down to my mine, which is just bedrock level 1. I mine out this big large area, and it's strip mines and all that stuff. It's a bit boring, so I won't show it off, but it is all down there. Anyway, so this right here that's the Nerva logo, so that's from Evangelion. There's a bit of a pattern on this world. I was going to build a lot of Evangelion stuff. I have built a lot of Evangelion stuff. But yeah, there's a bit of a pattern. I based it off an image I found on Google, put that image into a pixel art thing, and I think it turned out very well. I didn't just want to have that by itself, so I built these statues of different skins. These are different Minecraft skins. I think I used to use these as like a kid, you know what I mean? Like, so whenever I used to play the game when I was like, I don't know, 12, these are the skins I used to use back in the day. So I built these as little monuments. I got a lot of flowers and whatnot around them. That thing over there, that's actually a flower. It's kind of odd, but it's a little flower grower thing. You get bone meal and then you put it on there, and then there's water that drops down. It's a whole thing. But I used that to get the flowers for this, and I think it turned out pretty neat. So the next thing I'm going to show is I'm going to do a bit of explaining. So, oh, that's a bit stupid of me. I'll do a bit of explaining when I get to the next bit while I'm going there. So this world seed, it isn't just a randomly generated world seed. Actually, when I went to play on this old version, specifically, what I did was I bought the digital version of the game, so you can go back to Total Update 1, because if you have the disc like I did, you can just delete the update and it takes you back to Total Update 9, I think. And on that version, it's the Ender Dragon and whatnot. It's pretty nostalgic to me, but I wanted to play on an older version. Quickly, I'll just show you this. This is a mess. This is how I was trying to get music discs for using the creeper and the skeleton, and it just kept on blowing up, and I had nothing but cobblestone, and it's a mess, and I just left it as is, and I don't ever see that again because it was terrible, but I'm going to just leave that for now. Yeah, but I was playing on Total Update 9, and I went, can I go further back? So I bought the digital version. It was like 20 quid. I don't think you're going to have to do that very soon because they're shutting down the store, but on that version, you can use a memory stick and then give your own version to the game. So I'm playing on Total Update 4. I started out on Total Update 1. I went over to Total Update 2 because autosave was on there. And the world seed I'm actually on is this little YouTuber that I used to watch as a kid called Stampy Longnose. He's a British Minecraft YouTuber. He's kind of annoying nowadays when you go watch him, but his world was always very cool to me. So I thought I would try and recreate his house because I thought this was a really nice build. And so I got his world seed. You just find it on Google. It's really easy to find. And I put the world seed in, and I went block for block, and I found a tutorial on Google. This guy was building his whole house, and so I was building the whole thing. I'm actually I'm very, very close for it being very accurate. I'm one block lower down than his house normally is, and the way that I figured that out was because of this right here. This is the cactus farm, right? And that right there is the dog. It's the dog house, right? It's the dog house bone dispenser. And if I was one block higher, then that wouldn't be affected, and I would just have the cactus farm normally, and you wouldn't even be able to know that that was even under it. But because I built it one block lower than I should have, oh, that's kind of annoying. Then you can see that, and it kind of put off the whole rest of the build. Like, I fucked up these stairs. I think these stairs are placed wrong, but the whole inside of it looks relatively the same, right? And the inside of this looks pretty normal. I've even got trees. Like, I remember that from back in his old videos. He's got trees just sitting outside the house like that. I've got this little thing. I don't think this is normally there. This just goes under the stairs. I don't know what to do with that room, so I just put a torch in there. Here's my dogs. I've got a use for these dogs. I think I moved a lot of them, but this bone dispenser works. Like, press the button, and I guess not. Has it just got pork chops? Yeah, it does. So it's just got pork chops in that one, and it's very simple. I think I ran out of bones. I don't think I got bones in there. No, I don't. But yeah. So this is Guy on YouTube, and he did a whole tutorial where he was building every single part of the house, recreated in the game. So it's very accurate to the actual house itself, but because it's one block off, rooms like this are a bit messed up. So I mean, it's just small things like that are a bit messed up, but the rest of the house is basically the same. I've got the nether portal that goes down there. There's no point to use the nether in this version, but you can glowstone and whatnot. I got the mine. When I was building this, was the first thing I built on the world. So this was my house. So all these chests that are labeled and whatnot, organized just as he was in his little series. They have actual items in them because this is what I was using. So I've still left. I think I've left stuff in there. Somehow I've left my diamonds and whatnot in here, which is very stupid of me. I never really moved them. I always come back here just to grab my stuff. I'm actually running low on diamonds because I make that many pickaxes and whatnot. But in this room we've got I forgot the guy's name. This room it got changed in later versions of his world, I think, but by then I stopped watching. So what I've got built right now is just like what I was watching when I was growing up. So he probably changed a lot more of this house, but I don't really care. Yeah, we got the normal bedroom and whatnot. This was basically just my room for a while I was building it. and I never got around to doing this because I moved on to the spawn region. But there's a big expanded part of the house that goes over there, there's a bunch of rooms, and then there's a big bit up there, and it's a whole thing. But I never actually got around to doing that. But the tower's all here and everything. It's like, everything is here. So I think this is pretty neat. It's literally the first big project I had on the world. Actually, I'll show you my first house like I had on like the first day. If I can get to it. I actually, it's very stupid of me. I don't know how I remember this stuff. I built my first house on this world, where his first house was in his series, on the Stampy series. So it's just this little castle I built in the woods over here. I'll show it off real quick, and then I think I will cut once I start heading back to that side of the map, and that's the last big thing I've got on this world that I want to show off, because there's a lot of big structures over there. It's the most recent builds that I done. I was playing this about a month ago, and I was posting images of my builds and whatnot to the Golden Age Minecraft Reddit, and they seem to enjoy it. So I was gonna do this world tour a lot sooner, but I never got around to it. So this house right here, it's not really got much in it. It's just, I think all the chests are empty because I moved. But yeah, it's just all bland, and there's a bunch of creeper holes and whatnot, and these caves all been explored. But yeah, this it's pretty cool, I would say. I'm gonna show you the next bit. I'm gonna cut to that now. I'm gonna cut to that. I'll be on the rail when I cut back. So it's gonna be like 2 minutes because it's a longer walk without sprinting. And yeah, I'll get right back. Okay, so now that I'm back here, I'm going to show you me going on the rail, because I think this is a pretty cool view of the world. So I'll explain a few more things while I'm in the spawn at the moment. So this big structure here is meant to be that one Pacific angel from Evangelion that I forgot the name of. I started building this at like 2 in the morning because I was bored. It's that big pyramid angel that everyone get memes on. I forgot the name of it, but everyone knows what it is if you watch the show. I didn't actually make it look like the real thing, because I was basing it off memory, and then I googled it and took one look and went, yep, looks about right, and then just built it as that. But yeah, this minecart is quite long. It took me a while to get the resources from this. I think I used most of my gold building this, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, the first big structure that's over here is these giant Groudon, Rayquaza, and Kyogre. So I actually have images of me building this stuff, because I was screenshotting this while I was building all these things. So I've got all this stuff saved somewhere. So while I'm going through this, I'll put some images on screen of my building progress of some of these structures that I'm going to show you. So I'm really proud of this. This part of the map is so the spawn area and the Stampy bit and the I guess where the mudkip is and whatnot, that bit's, they're like the starting area. About the first few months of me playing on this, first 6 months I would say, because I took long breaks between me playing on this world. So the first few months of me playing on this world is the area that I've shown off already. But this right here is when I got back into my 2-week Minecraft period a few weeks ago, and this area it's not even finished. I really like it a lot. I'm very proud of this area. So I've got this Mew Pixel art. I build this on every base, on every server I play on. Every time I play our world where I have a lot of wool, I build a big Mew Pixel art like that. Every time I'm playing on PC with friends, I'll build that. So this house here I would go on the Golden Age Minecraft Discord, and they would post images of different structures they build, and I would look at these images and I'd take inspiration of their designs, and I would go, that's neat. So the first house I built was actually this wheat farm. I guess a lot of the wheat's been fucked with here. I don't even know why. It's got a big fence around it. It shouldn't have chickens or cows or anything that's in here, and I don't stomp on it, so I don't know why that's happened. I have to fix that at a later date. But I actually really like this structure. If you've got less trees here, which I had really originally, you can see it a lot better from above. But I really like this bit. I did a similar thing that I'll show you in a second with sugarcane. Similar house design. They're pretty neat. They It's pretty simple, really, as well. It's just a house with little crops around it. And because I was building in this area a lot more than I was in Spawn, I moved my house to this one here, and I built this completely no tutorial, none of that stuff. I just saw a bunch of inspiration of how people was using to store their chest on this version of the game. So what I've done here is staircases, and under the staircases you can access the chest and whatnot, and I think it worked out pretty well. It looks pretty compact, it's nice, it's in the wall. This bit here is just dirt and then cobblestone and whatnot. I've run out of a lot of that because I built most of my structures out of stone. And then we've got here, so just wood and gravel and glass. There's a lot of glass. I think I turned most of my sand that I had into glass because I was going to build. I'll show you what I was going to build with the glass soon enough. But I never got around to, like I started on it and then I realized that it wasn't going to look good. Yeah, see, I've literally used up all my sand, and then it just turned out kind of shite. So my wall is all here. I used up a lot of it, so it's not even actually been replenished. It is something I need to sort out, but I've used up basically all of it. I'll show you what I've used it on soon. My biggest project that I spent most of my time on this world building is that the big structures of Rayquaza and Kyogre and all that stuff. I'll give you a better look. I'll put an image on screen of that, and probably this big pixel art that I've done. If you look on the map, you can't see what the pixel art is, but that big grey square, it's huge, right? I've got the exact dimensions of it, but it's over 100 blocks by over 100 blocks. Like it's very big. This house right here, I'll tell you something stupid. I was watching a video on that new Megamind movie while building this, and I don't know why I remember that, but I do. So, fun fact, I guess. So while I was building these areas, I wanted to fill out, a lot of the areas. So I had these paths and I had these houses with the sugarcane and whatnot, and then I went, well, what else can I add to actually fill up the space? So I added these houses here, and these designs for the roof. I don't remember the guy's name, but I completely got the fucking idea from the Golden Age Minecraft Reddit. If I remember who it was, because he's in the Discord and I spoke to him a few times, I will post it, but I don't remember, and it's been a few weeks and no, it's probably been about 2 months since I started on this, so I honestly can't remember, but if they are watching, I doubt it. Thank you for the design, I guess. They're quite neat. They turned out pretty well. Most of these houses actually aren't furnished, which is kind of... I do need to furnish these. I do like furnishing houses like this. But most of them are also just a copy and paste of the same sort of design. So this one was... I think this was the... Oh, there we go. It's been half an hour already. Okay, well... I'll cut and then I'll explain a bit more for that white house right there, because just give me a minute. Okay, so it's gonna freeze up in just a second here, but so this house right here is the first one I built. I was thinking of Skyrim, I think, and it didn't translate too well with these little designs, but that was what I was basing these off. I literally found images of houses from the game Skyrim and went, oh, I'm going to build that, and it didn't turn out too great. But yeah, I built this big fountain in the middle. I got inspiration again from the Golden Age Minecraft Reddit that I found I just saw a simple image of just a fountain in the middle of a town square like this, and I thought that was cool. But we have some of the first furnished buildings that I started on. So this one is a bakery. So we've got a cake in here, and some bread and cakes and whatnot, and cookies. And then we've got I think it's a library? Or is it an armory? I think it's an armory. I don't have a sign on this. Yeah, this is meant to be an armory. Or something, I guess. I don't know. There's nothing in the chest, but it is just... And then there's a store down there, and then there's a shop up here. I mean, a store down there, and then there's like a bedroom up here, and it's got a painting, and I don't know. But it is just a basic little shop. It's not too interesting. I'm gonna be honest, but it is something. So this is pixel art that goes up to sky limit. I actually started it from sky limit and then went down below because I knew that it was gonna be too big. But this is Poir from Dragon Ball. I was watching the original Dragon Ball series, and I thought that building, I think it was gonna be, I was gonna build, what's his fucking name? The guy with sensu beans. I forgot his name. But the cat guy that trains Goku. I forgot his name. I don't know how I forgot his name. If it comes to me, I'll say it. But I was gonna build him, and then the pixel I was gonna base it off was too big. But yeah, I built Poir instead. And right here is a church. I based off a newer video design for a church because I'm not too good at building buildings like this. But it didn't turn out the best because they was using the more modern version. They was using like blocks I don't have and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the church. I built a hot air balloon. I based that off of some image I found on Google. Krillin, and then there is Happy Thursday or Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday in fucking Spanish. It's some Mexican meme from Evangelion that everyone posts everywhere. So this bit right here, this big flat bit that you see right before you, I'm not going to show you what this is just yet. This big flat bit used to be a fucking mountain, and that giant wall that you see right there is actually the other side of the mountain that I didn't finish destroying. So I just put a big, I don't know, Mexican border wall right there, and it looked a bit bland, so I decided to put these pixel arts on it, and there's a little pattern on the wall. You can't see it too well, it's just cobblestone and stone. It took it the fucking piss because this whole area where we are right now, if you go underneath it, right like this, it is just fucking, like, I covered up this whole area. There's a massive, there was a, not mountain directly here, but there's a mountain there, and I had to blow it up, and there was a whole thing, and I had to cover up this whole bit here because it's actually just a lake. The same thing with that nerve pixel art with all those structures, there's actually just a lake directly underneath of it. I actually don't have any blocks, and I didn't build my tower, so I'm gonna have to grab some blocks real quick, and then I'll show you this pixel art here. So just give me 2 minutes. I'll cut back when I've got the blocks. All right. While I'm walking back, I think I will give a little bit of explanation with how I destroyed this whole thing. I've actually got screenshots of how the demolition of this area was turning out, like as I was doing it. I've got images of what the map looked like over time. I've actually got a time lapse of me building this pixel art. It took me about almost 2 weeks to completely finish off this project with this whole area. Not the Pokemon stuff, but this area by itself here it took me a very, very long time. And it started out because I just wanted to build a pixel art of I'll show you it in a second, but I was watching a bunch of the movies from this franchise. Do you know, fuck it, I'll just say it. It's Godzilla. It's a big pixel art of Godzilla, and I was watching all of the old Japanese Godzilla movies. I was watching like Mechagodzilla versus Godzilla and shit, and I was watching like Mechagodzilla 2 versus Godzilla, and I was like, shit, I love Godzilla. I put me a Godzilla t-shirt and everything, and I went, fuck yeah, Godzilla's sick, and I built this massive piece of pixel art. It is absolutely huge. I forgot the exact blocks that it's based off, but it is over 100 by over 100. It took the absolute fucking piss, and a lot of people that I showed this to didn't even think this was on Xbox. They thought like I world edited this shit in, or I put this in creative mode. No, this is just a lot. This was 5 double chests of pure wool, right? Underneath it is a layer of netherrack, and I'll show you the building process of that, because I wanted an actual layer to build it. I wanted a canvas, alright? I wanted a canvas to build this off, and that's what I did. Also the glass, if you remember I said I had a lot of glass in that chest. That most of that was because of this. It started out with, I was going to have 1 double chest of glass, and I was going to get the rest of it. I was going to destroy that big fucking beach on the right side of the map, the top right, because I'm not using it right now. I was going to get rid of that, turn that all into dirt, grass off the whole bit, and then I was going to use that and then turn it into glass and then cover up this thing, and so that I could wouldn't get struck by lightning, because I was shit scared that this would get struck by lightning, because when I had the netherrack on here, I realized that whenever a thunderstorm would happen, there would always be a piece of there would always be like a fire that was left behind from the netherrack being there, and then when this is covered up with wool, I just got scared, so I was gonna get glass, but I started putting glass on it, and I put a second controller up top so it was split screen, so I could see how it's turning out, and it looked terrible, so I just got rid of the stopped, putting glass on it, broke what I had placed down, and then just I have the rest of it in that chest there. So I'm thankful I didn't destroy that beach and do that with the glass, because that would have been absolutely horrendous if I had actually gone through with covering up this whole thing. Because if you stand up where I'm at right now, and if I look at the glass right over there, so you see the glass, you can't see through the glass, you can just see the textures that are on top of the glass. That's what it looked like from this height, so you wouldn't have even been able to have seen the pixel art. So I'm thankful I didn't go through that. But yeah, I mean, this is what I've been playing on for a long while. It's not been consistent. I've been going on and off whenever I go on my Minecraft phase, like at least 3 times a year, right? I'll go into this and I'll play for a while. I'm gonna show off more images of me building off this area, because there's a lot that I have, just images of me building this stuff. I really like this world. When I was a kid, if I ever had a world like this is where everyone would be playing. This is what everyone used to say to me, at least when I showed this off. I'm like, yeah, if I was playing this back in the day, everyone would be joining my world, man. This is the best world that we ever out of our whole friend group. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, I just like building this stuff out of wool. So it gave me a little, gave me a reason to just. I'd literally just put Joe Rogan on, and I'll sit here, I don't know, fucking plant trees here and build a house there and do a well here and some bullshit. Just turn my brain off and play Minecraft, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to end the video here, but this is basically everything that is on this world. It's pretty long world tour. If you, if you've stuck all the way through, I'm thankful at least I've been able to show this off. But I think I'm going to cut down a lot of this, because the footage right now is 45 minutes. Probably be about 40, I don't know, take a guess. But yeah, there's a lot on this world that I haven't even shown. Well, not like a crazy amount, there's just like a tiny bits that I haven't shown, and I have a few plans that I want to go through. I have actually a whole folder of just images that I've saved of little bits of inspiration that I found, and I was like, yeah, I'll build this here, and I'll build a lighthouse there, and I'll do a ship here, and I'll build a fucking something over there, and I'll build a big hotel here, and just random bullshit like that. But yeah, I'm going to end this off by just looking off at this right here, because I'm very proud of this. But yeah, I know this is not what you guys expected from something on this channel. I have Evangelion Part 2 that I've been making for like, I don't know, I don't even remember when I started making it, because I had to redo the whole thing. So if anyone here is actually subbed and they care about what I've posted before, which I doubt, the Evangelion video that I started making about a year ago, I scrapped the original thing. I had to redo the whole thing, and I've just been putting it off for ages, so I have no idea when it's going to come out, but I'm just going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.